Hi, welcome to Faith, Friendships, and Fun with Les. I am honored to get a chance to share what's in my heart and that you take some time out of the day to listen. Or if you're passing by and just happen to catch this, thanks for that too. It's always fun to hear from you all, and it's just neat to see what encourages you, you know, and myself included. I don't get to see this because I just don't watch it very much, so trusting for the most part, you get something from some of these because I'm kind of out of the way and God's in the way, hopefully. He's in the one that's taken me to these places and shares so much with me that I get to share with you. And again, I just am honored that I get a chance to do this on TV3. I just wanted to take a minute to say that. I hope that there's something in the day that you can smile about. If not, I'll just challenge you because that's one fun thing to do. I think oftentimes that I am a pretty perky person. I love to laugh, and I definitely can get a little moody, and I can get different kinds of things that just aren't, you know, kind of a waste of time. But for the most part, I just love to laugh. Well, I'm married to a man who just has a great giggler. His dad had one. I mean, he just knows how to gut laugh. And I think I used to laugh a little bit more than I do these days, but I'm working on it. It's one of those challenges, and it's not a New Year's resolution. It's just let me just tell you, it's a now resolution. It's just like, you know what, start again. If I'm having a day and then I'm just like grumble, complain, finding these things, boy, don't we just like get fed? It just like stays in there. It's just like this rope that's trying to, and probably is, trying to just choke us out of the joy that's intended for each day. Because God just really has a desire for his kids to be grateful, happy, and ready to give away what they've got. And you know what? You can't really give away something that you don't have. So I'll challenge you on that. Find some place, some things to study, to read, to listen to, something that brings the laughter back in you. Anyways, a great old book, Laugh Again, by a preacher-teacher named Chuck Swindoll. Boy, I'm talking 40-some years ago. I probably picked up some of his books, but I love this Laugh Again. So off the shelf it came this morning, and this is a couple of the things that jumped out. Happiest people are rarely the richest, or the most beautiful, or even the most talented. Happy people don't depend on excitement and the fun, always, and the external. They enjoy the fundamental, but often very simple things of life. They waste no time thinking about the pastures that are greener out there, or yearn or ask for yesterday, or for tomorrow even. They're savoring the moment, glad to be alive, enjoying the work that they have, their families, the good things around them, and they are adaptable. They can bend with the wind, adjust to the changes in the times, enjoy the contests of life, and feel themselves in harmony with the world. Their eyes are turned outward, and may I add, upward. They are aware and they're compassionate, and they do have the capacity to love. People who can consistently laugh do so in spite of, because of anything. They don't take themselves too seriously. And that's, I think, a problem that we do. Things might be flowing pretty good, or they might be on a standstill and think, when is the last time I really had a good belly laugh? Well, again, these days there's so many opportunities to do that. But I think mostly we just have to say it's never too late to get started, to find yourself laughing again. I know that a lot of things creep in every day, that's for sure. But you have to, on purpose, your mindset has to be fixed. It has to be challenged to do some changing. That is indeed. There was this really neat thing I had pulled off the shelf, like I said, this book, and in it was a very old looking paper. And in that paper was also the same poem that's in the book here. But I thought it was so interesting because maybe a little more words than were written the first time, but I'll try to kind of sum it up a little bit. But if I had to live my life over again, I'd try to make more mistakes. I would just relax, I'd limber up, I'd be sillier than I would, and I would have taken that trip. I would not take things very seriously very often. I would certainly take more trips, and I think I'd act a little crazier. Climb more mountains, watch more sunsets, walk, look, eat more ice cream, less beans. I like that part. I do that anyways. I'm one of those people who live life sensibly hour after hour. But then those moments, if I had to do it again, I'd definitely have way more fun. In fact, I'd try to have nothing else, just moments. When I read this part, to just take having moments, my husband challenges me each and every time I walk out the door, pretty much going into work. I'm a server, have been 44 years, and boy, you can have fun, but you can also be a grumbler. And I think that comes across to all the people that you serve. So it's better if we figured it out. But as a server anyways, Jeffrey always says, it's about moments, Les. Make the moments. And it might be just that one person that comes in, or it might be the people that you work with. It's hard to say, because there are going to be lots of times, more moments that aren't so grand. But again, capture the thoughts. I don't care your age. We have to work so hard on capturing those thoughts, because we do have an enemy, and he loves to destroy peace. He loves to destroy the hope that we have, and any kind of thought about loving ourselves as much as we should love others. But you do indeed need to love yourself more. So if I had to do it again, back to the poem, I'd go places and do things. I'd just travel lighter. I would play hooky more. Sorry, maybe that's not a good sign for y'all to get. I wouldn't make much about the good grades, just doing your best. Except that there's accidents. Maybe go on for merry-go-rounds. Definitely pick more daisies. So I loved how that ended, because I think that we are to stay in the day, in the moments, and sometimes you just have to make them for months because you're by yourself. Who cares? Dance a little dance, find a little something. I do the craziest little dances around here. I tell you what, if anybody was watching me, they probably wouldn't let me talk because they thought I was a little crazy. But it helps keep my little sanity sane, let's just say. But another thing is, I get sad when people kind of think of themselves, oh, it's too late now, I'm old. You know, I can't really redo my life. But I'm just challenging you on, there is just a whole lot of life still to be left and to be lived. And I am working really diligently right now to find this really cool part of this book. But I'm not finding it right now, so I'm just going to blow it off and share a little bit more. When we wrestle through things that can just all of a sudden just cut to the quick, and you're like, where did that come from? I was just in this place of peace. I was just in this place of joy. I love a preacher that says, I did so good. I was such a good Christian. I was walking around being Jesus. And then I got out of bed, and then, first things first. You know, coffee machine was it? And then she goes on to a grumble list. I mean, that happens. It just does. We find ourselves so often stopped in our tracks of something so tremendous about the day. And then just like that, we lose it. And that's just like I've lost this place. The story has to do, and perhaps I'll find it soon. While laughing, keep your balance. That's where I was. My finger was one page on the other side. As I was quickly saying, my age 64, 45 years of being married. You can put that on a little place. Boy, good for you. Oh, really? That's what you've had to do? Or you're that old? Or whatever. I've had all this freedom, or that's all I would have ever loved. Again, a comparing of lives are not what our Lord ever wants us to do. He's got it designed. He gives us strength. In fact, ask who and what He wants you to do today and watch your life change. I'm not kidding. Where am I supposed to be today? What do you want from me today? What do you got? It's not a list of rules. No, He's a father loving His children. He wants to tell you and point you and share with you so much. But again, you're never too late to learn and to make a difference in this world, because I think we all do. We all kind of want that. So, found. All of us have so much more to offer, so much more that we realize. It would boggle our minds if we could really get it. Entitled, Advice to a Bored Young Man. It was an article back in 1967 that was given to me. So, here it is. Many people reading this page are doing so with the aid of bifocals. Who invented those? Oh, Ben Franklin. He was 79 when he invented that. Presses that printed this page, powered by electricity. Oh, Ben Franklin. He was 40 at that time. Some of you are reading this in the campus of one of the Ivy League schools. Guess who's the founder? Ben Franklin. Some got their copy of this through the U.S. mail. Ben Franklin, when he was 31. Now think about fire. Who started the first fire department, invented the lightning rod, designed the heating stove? Ben Franklin. He was 31 and then 43 and also 36, different times of his life. So there he was, doing all things, but he also was able to do, a century before there was even airplanes. He was an advocate for paratroopers. I mean, they were jumping from balloons. That at 84. That's what I'm talking about. Are we ever too old to learn something? Ever too old to put all the knowledge that's been downloaded on us through all our years, no matter what your age? Oh, ask God what He wants to do with you, and you will be surprised. But don't take yourself so serious. Make sure that you continue to laugh again. It's a reminder to me and hopefully to you. Now go make yourself a great, happy, joyful day. See you next time. Bye-bye.